Welcome back, world, to the Verbal Intercourse Podcast. Got your host, Nick Walker, back in the building today. Shout out to everybody that's been listening, supporting the podcast. Very appreciative over here at Verbal Intercourse Podcast. Today, got a very special guest in the building. My homie, my dog, my Ghost Town player, GTP.
No, you did not say GTP.
Good GTP, Ghost Town player. Shout out to Lenna Myles, man, the homie from a long way back, man, all the way from preschool, bro.
Yeah. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
Man, hey, I'm good over here. How you feeling, man?
I feel good. I feel honored to be here. I know we've been talking about you on here, so it's dope that we're able to spend the class reunion together and be able to sit down and have like some verbal intercourse.
Yeah, man. It's a blessing to have you on, man.
Thank you.
Hey, it's been a long time coming since preschool, man. Like we done both created a platform for ourselves, created some success for ourselves with God's love, family love, and friendship and everything, and it's just beautiful, man. So we're gonna get right on into it, man.
Okay.
You've been doing your thing out there in Houston, event curating, event planning, everything. Talk to me a little bit about how you guys started and the road it took you to even get to where you are, to build your platform, to build your business up.
Okay, cool. All right, so I never thought that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to be an event planner. That really wasn't my plan. My plan was, in Black households, you get a good job that's gonna be able to pay the bills, and I was just feel you're gonna be an accountant or you're gonna be a lawyer,
doctor.
Be a doctor.
Yeah.
And so math came pretty easy. So like accounting was the road that I did. I got my bachelor's in accounting, went on, got my MBA. And so as I was continuing to do these corporate jobs, I was like, this is not it for me. Like, I'm not being fulfilled. And so at first you're doing it for the money, but then as you get, you understand the values of being happy and being successful in your own way. And I realized like what really truly makes Lenna happy. And so it took like a lot of like self-reflection and trying to understand like, what is it that I really like to do? Like what really puts me in a space where I like feel like I am doing my purpose here on earth. And it was like bringing people together and like, no bullshit. Like, even though like, senior skip day is probably one of the highlights. That's probably when I started my curating. Like, that's when my curating probably began. It was like Project X shit, 2007 Merle class.
That shit was a fail.
But I brought everybody together. But no, in all seriousness though, like after college, after receiving my MBA, I was still working in corporate America as a staff accountant. And I was praying, you know how you sometimes be praying for things, but you also don't have the faith to really just jump. And so like, I'm gonna be very like honest with you. Like it was a point where I lost my job. And so I took it as it was God forcing me to go ahead and start this entrepreneurship life because I kept like, I'm not happy here. And he was like, I'm giving you the resources that you need to do. You're just too scared to take the leap. And so like sometimes he put you in these situations like, if you're not going to take that step, I'm going to force you into this role. And so I think for me, I was kind of like forcing. And ever since that day, man, like life has just been like happening and evolving. And I've been really like on this journey of self-love and what truly makes Lenna happy. And so 2019 launched my business, L.E'vyents. It has a little twist spell to it that includes my middle name. And we've been doing the damn thing. And so 2019 launched. It was my 30th birthday gift to myself. And I've been doing full entrepreneurship since then. And life has been good. It hasn't been easy.
Man, that's, that's amazing, man. Because the reason why I say it's amazing because like me personally, I've been sitting here going back and forth. I work as a physical therapist, so I've been sitting here going back and forth about what truly makes me happy, like as far as like career wise.
Yeah.
All of us would rather be rich and not have to work, I would think.
Facts.
But
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But that's just not reality. But at the same time, I've been back and forth about what truly makes me happy. And I think it's a lot of things that could make me happy. I am happy helping people in the healthcare realm. I just don't like the healthcare system, if that makes sense. It's like a continuous machine. that continues to grow, and it's like the healthcare providers, they take care of the patients, but who's taking care of the healthcare providers?
Okay.
And it messes with your mental health or whatever. And I think that's profound that you found something that made you happy and also is fruitful.
Facts.
And it looks like you having a great time doing it.
Yeah, but also like people don't see like the shit behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? And so like business been in it's 2023, 2019, so I'm still new in this thing. And like honestly, my first year, I feel like everything was ordained, and when I lost the job and I launched my business, got this opportunity to work for this entertainment agency in Houston. But it wasn't a paid job, it was an internship. And so one of my friends had reached out to me, me, I'm not working for no motherfucking I'm not working for nobody for free. Like I have my own fucking business, like, you know what I'm saying? And so I had skipped the opportunity, and another friend hit me up, and she was like, bro, I think you should work with this agency. Like, I feel like they're looking for an event curator. I think you'll be dope. And I was just like, you know what? Let me just shoot them my resume. I shot them my resume. They gave me a call the next day, and they were like, hey, we want you to come in for an interview. And I was like, well, I'm not available. They was like, we're only doing interviews this weekend. And I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to be in town. So I guess once we got off the phone, they called me back. They was like, whenever you get back, we still want to interview you. And so did the interview. The internship was dope. It was like, I would have to say, I tell people my experience there, like, because I'm in Houston, born in Jackson. So I go to this table, and it's full of like creatives. Like it's like 10 event planners, 10 photographers. Like it's just a bunch of like boss ass entrepreneurs hungry to like work. You know what I'm saying? And I was at this table full of other people like me. Like, how am I going to stand out? How am I going to make them like, we want her on our team? And so after 6 months, I was like one of the first interns they ever hired. I've been able to work with a lot of like dope celebrities and rappers and stuff like that. And so the exposure of working with this internship really shifted my business to another level quicker than I could have ever done, if I'm just gonna be honest. But it took me taking a step back and understanding like sometimes you gotta start with not getting nothing to be in the rooms where, you know what I'm saying, where you'll be able to build those partnerships with other people.
I think that kind of shows your competitive nature, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for as long as I done known you, you've been competing at something.
Absolutely.
Whether it's soccer or dance or whatever, like, and I think me, it drives, like, my competitive nature drives me.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I look at, I don't be hating on nobody, but, you know what I'm saying, I think it's important for me to look across the table or look at the next man and be like, he might have a little bit more shit going for him than you do. How do you get to that next level? How do you push yourself?
It used to motivate me.
Yeah.
Like sitting at the table and it's just like everybody's talking all at the same time. And it reminded me of, I don't know what the name of the show was when P. Diddy was looking for like an assistant. And everybody was just like talking. And I'm like, these motherfuckers
making the band or
it was like making the band. And it's just like, man, this shit is new to me. Like I'm from Jackson. Like I ain't never been exposed to nothing like that. And it was just like, I have to figure out a way to be seen. And I was like, once I figured out my lane and what I really excel in and what I'm good at, it was easy. Like, but I wasn't trying to like downplay nobody else's talent. I just went in and was myself. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that has carried my business and has allowed me to be successful as I am, which I'm still grinding to become better. But like, I think that's really why I'm here and still like succeeding in what I'm doing.
Did that internship lead you to being able to curate events for those famous people? Like, did it build those connections for you?
Absolutely. So I would say like my first event that I had to do was with Drea Michelle. She was coming and wanted to do like a sponsor, an influencer dinner. Influencer dinner is when they get like, the pretty girls that are influenced to have the top ratings and followers on Instagram, bring them in because she was launching a clothing line that she wanted girls to see. And so that was my first event with them. Then I did a Terrence J event. So most of my events,
I saw both of those.
The Terrence J, that was when he was an ambassador for Snoop Dogg's gin, Indigo.
Okay.
And so like, I think that was, I tell my mom, I think that was a highlight of my day when Terrence J called my phone and he was like, yo, Lenna, like, this is what I need. And I'm like, Terrence J is on my fucking phone.
That's dope.
And so I was like at my corporate job at the time. I think that was like my last week or something. Before I knew
I bet you that let you know you was headed
in the right direction. I come, I'm like, Mom, Terrence just come on my phone. She's like, what did you do? I was like, I had to kind of like keep my composure, but like in that moment, I realized like this is where you belong, bro. Like this is your lane, like, and it's just been excelling. And once you get me in the room, I got the mouthpiece.
I always say that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just get me in the door, and I'm gonna get it. But yeah, that's where I was able to work with all of the celebrities and the rappers that I've worked with so far.
Were you nervous?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think for me, I've never been like a groupie or like no shit like that. Like I've only been starstruck probably once is when I saw Chris Brown, because I've always had a crush on him when I was little. But like
light-skinned niggas.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, like I look at these people like they're human beings. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so like when you go into it not feeling like they're better than you or whatever the case, like I belong to be in this room just like you belong to be here. And so when I met him, I was like, hey, what's up? My name Lenna. You know, we shook hands, took shots, and it was just cool. And so it was just like when I meet him, I just be like, keep the internal like excitement in, but handle business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think that's why I excelled at the internship too, because a lot of people come in to kind of like be seen or get that opportunity and, you know, try to be malicious with it. And that never was me.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why I was able to excel as well there.
So stepping out as an entrepreneur, talk a little bit about the pros and the cons, because I know like on my podcast, I done had entrepreneurs from different areas, never from event planning.
Okay.
So talk to me a little bit about the pros and the cons about being a startup company with event planning.
Okay. So I think right now, and I'm still trying to establish exactly which lane I want to be in, because I do everything right now. So I do weddings, I do baby showers, I do grand openings, I do launch parties. And so I'm really trying to figure out a lane that really, really represents who I am. And so I think the pros in like starting your own business, especially in my field, is just being able to bring people together and also being able to kind of like build relationships. As an event planner, you have to be able to talk to people and be able, not be scared to go in the room and be like, hey, my name is yada, 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 because you have to build relationships. So I think for me, like one of the pros I think as an event planner is just being able to go into a room and demand, like, this is who I am. You know, and being able to bring people together. I think one of the cons is that I have to work every fucking day for my shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody else is going to post my shit but me. Like, and I can't bank on my friends or my family to support me, which I do have great support from them all. But at the end of the day, I have to constantly support myself. And I think for me, social media and posting, like, I do not like doing that shit.
That shit tiring.
It's tiring, it's draining. And so at one point I had paid somebody to do it, but then I was like, damn, that's costing me a lot of money. And I'm not bringing in a lot of money. And so it's just like, damn, do I really have to sit here and like figure out a plan every day? And I was like, you have to, because if you don't, how you gonna get some money?
Right.
So I think the pros is like being able to have my own schedule. Like I'm here for 2 weeks. Like I can't do that with no, like, you know what I'm saying? With a regular job, like without taking PTO. Yeah. But I work for myself. I make my own schedule, so I have the flexibility to do what I want to do and still be able to work in different avenues as far as what I want to do to, you know, get different streams of income as well. So I think just having the flexibility, but the cons is really like you having to really sacrifice a lot of stuff, losing money. Like sometimes, you know, you have to be broke to make money. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to spend your last in order to invest in yourself. So I think like just really just
you hustling.
You gotta be a hustler, like,
guy.
And you can't like I have to wake up every day and choose like I don't want to get up, but I gotta get up. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I don't want to respond to these consultations. I don't want to do these events, but I'm like, this is what you wanted to do, so you have to constantly perfect your craft and you have to put in the fucking work. So those what I would say would be like my pros and cons in like event planning. Hopefully I answered the question.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Cool. So I'm a you know, give a piggyback off that question.
Okay.
So you've planned events for celebrities. First off, let's take this shot.
Okay.
You planned events for celebrities. So I'm sure those events, I would say from the outside looking in, they would be easier to I'm sure they might not be, but at the same time, you ain't worried about like no real nigga shit, like money, like the money coming through.
And see, that's the problem. That's what people think. But
really,
hell yeah, like it'd be so damn stressful. And really, like with the events that I was having to do with like the celebrities, like when I helped assist with the baby showcase that he did in Houston to showcase his new rappers. We found out 2 days before the showcase and he wanted a list of things and all these things. And so we didn't get paid.
Rappers be stressful as shit. Huh?
As for 2 days, 2 days. And then you don't get paid until the day, because they like, well, you got to go through this person and this person. This person is like, so do y'all want me to spend my own money to fucking get what y'all want? So hell no, money is still an issue with that. And then sometimes they feel like as celebrities, like some shit they should get sponsored. And people like, I'm building my own brand, so I can't give you nothing for free, maybe a discount. So yeah, I don't think the money shit is still an issue with celebrities too.
Planning shit for niggas.
Period. Class reunion.
Talk about it.
Class reunion this past weekend.
No shade to nobody, but planning shit for niggas. Let's talk about it. I know that shit is stressful because, look, I won't say I planned, but I've gave ideas to do certain shit.
Okay.
And they come into fruition, and then it's like when it come down to getting the money, when it come down to niggas paying in a timely fashion, when it come down to niggas just doing the right shit, doing the right things. How hard is it for niggas to do that shit?
It's very hard. And I really think that for niggas in general, I just feel like people just think shit just is free, I think. Or they think like shit don't cost money.
That's my homie.
Yeah, that's my homie.
They
like
straight.
They straight. Like, and it's like, yeah, that shit don't work like that. Like for the class reunion, like family reunions. Like I did our family reunion. That shit was stressful as hell. Like I quit probably 5 times. And it's just like, damn, you got siblings fighting because they want to do this or they want to do that or they don't like this t-shirt design. And then, you know, for the class reunion, even though it was only like 19 of us, it was just stressful, like getting people to pay their payments on time. Like, and we tried to, and you try as a planner to kind of like give people enough time so they can plan out. Because I can't count people's funds, and I'm never that. So, like, I kind of give you, this is an option. I always have a backup option. But it's just like, you niggas, it's just like, you never can win. Like, it's always somebody like, well, why we got to get that? Or we don't even really need that. And it's just like, nigga, like, I be trying to do different shit. Like, at our dinner, like, I got y'all little play settings. You know what I'm saying? I wanted y'all to have custom cups. That shit costs money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I needed y'all money in an amount enough time so we can be able to have those memories so y'all can take with y'all. And so I just think dealing with niggas in any aspect, you know, group trips, motherfucker, everybody ready to go to fucking Dubai. I want to go to Miami. As soon as you sit in the Airbnb or the deposit, it get quiet as a church mouse in that bitch. And you be like, what was that same energy? Like, what happened?
Bruh, it's an extreme sport.
Extreme sport. And what's crazy is that, like, as me an event planner, I haven't planned, like, a party for myself. And I think more so I'm just stressed. I do not want to deal with the stress of getting niggas somewhere to celebrate me. Like, I just feel like it's just like, it's my party. It's something I want to do. I want to go out of the country. Like, I don't want to be stressed out about y'all not wanting to pay what I want to do or doing excursions that I want to do. But I just think just niggas in general do not want to pay. They don't understand the value of people's time that goes into planning. Like, y'all only saw Denotra and I there and on the back end, but we had to put in time months before this to make sure all this shit was coordinated. So it's just like, it's hard work, and I love working for my Black people, but sometimes you just be like, I'll pass on the money. Yeah. Like, it's been so many opportunities, like, even friends too, like, I don't feel like I'm not finna deal with that shit.
Because
like,
you know this shit.
It's finna be bullshit. Like, when you get on my phone and be like, well, I want to do this, but I want to do a cheaper rate because I done seen it on Amazon. How about you do that shit? Let Amazon be your decorator self and get off my line. You know what I'm saying? So it's just very stressful, and I'm learning to, like, be okay with saying no. Like, all money not good money. And I done left a lot of money on the table. I left little money on the table, but my peace is way more important.
So how do you maintain that peace? How do you maintain your mental health while being a full-time entrepreneur? Because that shit, I already know it's stressful. Hell,
absolutely.
Working a job, full-time job, stressful. So because you clearly just depended on yourself to get this shit done. So talk to me a little bit about things that you do to maintain your mental health.
So I think, Nick, because it's still new for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I haven't been in the game, like, in this entrepreneur role, like, for 10 years or anything. But I'm constantly learning and evolving and understanding, like, what truly works for Lenna. Like, I tried that meditation shit. Like, I can't sit in silence for, like, 2 minutes. Because my brain, like, and I don't know if it's just a Virgo thing, but my brain, I'm a control freak. So sitting in silence and meditating for 2 minutes, my mind be all over the fucking place. Like, damn, the 2 minutes not up. So I'm learning, like, I'm good with, like...
Maybe you're, like, guided meditation. You ever tried this shit?
What is that?
See, guided meditation is like it's like when somebody is on like a recording.
Oh, okay, and they kind of telling you what to do, how to breathe, how to all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't tried that. See, it just be me.
I started with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And see, I just be in there, and after like a minute, it might be 30 seconds. I'm like, fuck this shit.
This shit quiet.
I don't know. This is not working for me. But I think what I like, if you ever come to my apartment, I have so many like affirmations on my mirrors, like in lipstick. And I think for me, it's just like being really able to see and really pour into myself every day and remind myself like, you a boss. You guys, child, like you got this, you know what I'm saying? These are the goals that you want to do. Like you are meant for this. Like you are not a quitter. You know what I'm saying? And I think for me, that helps me with my mental because I'm constantly pouring into myself, constantly speaking positivity over my life and over my business. And I think just really having and taking breaks.
Yeah.
Taking a fucking break.
Take a
break.
For
my birthday, like I'm going doing my first solo trip to Arizona. And I'm about to disconnect from everything for like a week and a half.
No phone, no.
I'm gonna probably have a phone just because shit is happening, Nick.
Yeah,
and,
you
know, your
you
parents,
right about
yeah,
that.
you know,
yeah.
kidnapping people. So I'm gonna have my phone, and I know a few people there that are probably out, link in. But this is really my trip for me to kind of just get back into my creative space because things happen. Like I lost an aunt at the beginning of the year, and it's been taking me time to kind of like adjust, that loss of the cancer. So it's just like, as a creator, as an entrepreneur, you have to be in a creative space. And where you're no longer in that creative space, it's hard for you to really be motivated or to really be able to do your job because you have lost the creativity. And so I'm taking that space in August, and I'm so excited because I know it's going to be so rejuvenating to help me go to the next level. Like I'm going hiking, like I'm going to the Grand Canyon. So I think
that'll be dope.
Yeah. And so like for me, like my things that I like to do to kind of like relax, I love to hear like water. Like water like soothes my spirit. It soothes my brain, and it just calms me because I'm always like thinking of things that I want to do. And so listening to meditation music, like in the morning to start my day, like it's just water. Like I love to hear that. I like to go to the little beaches in Houston, and I like go hiking. Like I think that's my thing, and I like just being outdoors. But definitely taking those necessary breaks to be able to get back to the focus of why we're here and what we're doing. So I can come back to my creative space and be able to, make money. So.
Yeah, I think in whatever lane you in, as far as like when it comes to creation, like curating or creation, man, you gotta take breaks. Like
you have to.
Because you gotta be in a space to where you feel like you're not creating something that's just trash.
Yeah, or something that you've seen before.
Something that you've seen before.
Because as an event planner, some things can look repetitive. Like you can have, it can be like 5 different event planners and everybody's doing the same thing. And your goal is to, how can I stand out? How can I look different than the other competitor? Like how can I get this client, that's on the same vision as this, but don't have the same budget? So you have to be in a creative space and you have to allow yourself that time to be able to be creative. So
yeah, man. I do the same shit with my podcast, bro.
Really?
I take breaks from it, and like I love being consistent, but sometimes you have to take a break if your life is in fucking chaos.
Absolutely.
And you don't have the mental space to even write questions or even book a guest or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. We gonna switch lanes. We gonna go to a little bit of less serious topic.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know, Lenae's single. For all the guys that listen to the podcast, she's single. She's single, ready to mingle.
Okay, yeah, you heard what he said.
That's correct, right?
Absolutely.
Single, ready to mingle.
Just DM Nick if you need any information.
Hey, DM Lenae. Don't DM me. DM Lenae. So, bro, simple question.
Okay.
You in your hot girl summer era or your soft girl era?
I think I'm 50-50.
You 50-50.
And let me explain it to you. So like Houston is, I think people know Houston as like this city where you just party, like, which it is. And so you have a great time. And so I love like going to like day parties and shit, as long as I'm home at a certain time. Because you get a little old shit. So we can't do the same things. But also I am enjoying this soft girl era too. And soft girl era for me is just basically like just basking in my femininity and taking time for myself. If that's like doing like these spa days, like once a month, just something I can do for myself And also just not arguing with nobody, not dealing with no bullshit, like setting boundaries for yourself, for your peace. I think I'm very much into that. And I think a lot of people in my circle are really tapping into that soft girl area and, creating boundaries for yourself, because we're getting older. Like, you want to be able to like live a peaceful life, like with no drama. And we know shit gonna come, shit's gonna happen. But like, if you create boundaries and you create a space where you can be able to react in a way where you normally wouldn't, I think that's what it's all about, like, and evolving. So I'm really tapping into the soft girl area. It's a little hard for me a little bit.
Yeah, she a ghost town player, bro.
As what Jared said, you a ghost town princess, man.
Ghost town princess.
Yeah, and so
she been a hard girl her whole life.
Yeah, but that's because I grew up with guys. Like, I grew up with boys. I grew up racing y'all in the middle of the street with no shoes on. So it's like, that's how I grew up. And so, like, they used to talk about me. So I had to learn how to joan and, clap back because they didn't let a nigga make
niggas. Yeah, this nigga.
I can guarantee I am really at the top of my roasting game due to these niggas in Ghost Town. They really have got me together. But I just feel like not just acknowledging certain bullshit and allowing a lot of shit pass and just walking away from a lot of shit is really just like what it's all about. Like, I don't owe you an explanation. Mm-hmm. Like, whatever they said, I said it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just letting it be and just really like basking in that femininity and just being in your soft girl era.
Yeah, because to be honest, that soft girl era, hold on, take the shot. I seen you finna grab.
Yeah, I was finna grab it this is number 4 or 5.
But that soft girl era shit, I think, it became viral on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, that little meme, well, not meme, but hashtag or whatever.
Okay.
And, I think it is important for women to get in that phase, because I feel like, a lot of black women specifically, they've been through a lot.
Absolutely.
From dating in their 20s, and they now, like, I would say, we in our early 30s, headed towards our middle 30s.
We in the middle 30s.
Yeah,
you round it up at 33 to 35.
You hear me? So I think it's time for, because they been some gangsters. They done dealt with some shit, what I'm saying, with these niggas, which, I take my hat off to black women all the time. Look, this podcast, I had hella black women on it. It's never been one of those misogyny, black men versus black women podcasts. It's always had a black woman standpoint.
That's good.
So, I take my hat off. And to be honest, black women entrepreneurs, black women professionals, I feel like they have the hardest time.
Absolutely.
Out there dating and trying to find that soft girl era, because shit, to be honest, they wearing the pants when they talk to these niggas.
And some men take it, like I think we were talking about, like I've dated men that said that I'm intimidating, and it's just like, God damn, like, and I feel like I used to think like it was something wrong with me, or like, how can I kind of like dim my light? But I'm like, shit, I'm a boss. You know what I'm saying? And so like, if I intimidate you, like you said, Lenna, that's a bitch ass nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Facts. And so when I did date a dude and he was very much secure with himself, it was a different ball game. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, damn, I've been dealing with these suckers. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, well, how am I intimidating? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not one to like talk down to our black men, because I love my black men. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to build with a black man. I want to create, a family with black men. But it's just like, how the fuck am I intimidating? Like, either you're not secure with yourself or you feel less than because you're not where you need to be. And that's not on Lenna. You know what I'm saying? So, like.
Yeah, I think we done got to that phase in our life where, to be honest, even statistically, a lot of black men aren't where they want to be at.
Absolutely.
And I think, and a lot of it is society telling black men that the only way you hold weight is financially.
Okay.
Which,
But do you think that's true?
I don't think that's the only way you hold weight, but you need to be able to provide.
But do you think black men understand the term of being able to provide?
Some of them don't. And it's because, and to be honest, I think even more so than ever, it's because of social media.
Absolutely. We didn't have, what did we have growing up? It's not like
we didn't have shit growing up. But
I thought we had something that we could log in on the real.
Facebook started, nigga, we damn near finna graduate high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like, you still had to be invited to be on Facebook when we was like 11th grade.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Social media has definitely like.
I would say this as a black man. I would say that security in yourself does come with being financially in a certain space.
Okay.
Like, for instance, but this is the thing. Like, when I was in PT school, me as a person, you know me, I always been confident.
Cocky sometimes too.
Yeah.
But you gotta respect it though, because like when he come in the room, he's going to them, and you gonna be like, damn, who is this nigga? He got a fucking mink on, a motherfucking fedora, motherfucking poncho on. Like, this is my nigga, but this is him. And you have to, like, I think you demand a presence, and I feel like some men, you know, they probably can't handle that either. So like, I think some men have to be, I think you should be confident, but there's a certain level of confidence you have to exude as well. Yeah,
but when you get grown,
okay,
you gotta like that high school shit and that college shit don't fucking matter no more.
True.
Now what comes into food, like women priorities change, men priorities should change, and especially like when you trying to date out there, you know what I'm saying? So like, I think some of these men are intimidated because I don't think they was really prepared for the maturation of black women.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that millennial black women, especially, they are the most degreed, most financially stable black women that probably it ever was. Facts. To be honest.
Absolutely.
Statistically, that's probably true. I believe it's true. But I don't think they was prepared. So now they're out there trying to date, and it's women are like, nigga, what do you do for a living?
Yeah.
Like, and you know, in the deep South, it might not have happened as much, but I lived in Virginia for a little bit.
Okay.
And when I was there, women would walk up and say, what do you do for a living?
You told me that was very direct.
Like that's the first question. Like, what do you do for a living? Like, and you ask a man down here that I ain't gonna, you know, put them all in the box. But you ask a lot of these niggas, they gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, or get offended. Like, bitch, why? What you do for a living? You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is I think we was having that conversation, and like I recently asked this dude, like, how much money you make? And like, I got that shit from Nick Walker, bro. Like, he was telling us, he was like, Lenna, I used to ask women when I'm dating how much money I make. It's important.
How much money you make?
How much money do you make? And like, I thought Buddy was gonna get offended, but he went on and told me. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Exactly. And I'm like, you know what? That's gonna be my question going on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's confident in the amount of money he making is a good nigga by me.
And see, I thought that would be like a little like disrespectful to ask someone, like, or too personal, like, why you want to know how much money I make? Like certain stuff like that. You know, you grew up like you don't ask your mama certain stuff, so you just kind of, it's just one of those.
I feel you, cause my mama wouldn't tell me how much money she made.
Yeah.
But these days, if I take a new job, well, how much money they offer? Hold up, nigga.
Remember?
Hold up, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, you, hold on now. This my business. Shit.
Trying to count your money and shit.
I'm gonna go and tell her, but nigga, hold up, nigga.
Facts.
Like when I asked you, you wouldn't tell
me. So don't ask me now.
Right. But yeah, man. Ask these people how much money they making, what they doing, what's they plans off top. That's what I tell women to do off top. Even as men, ask these women how much money they making.
Yeah.
You know, these niggas are more prone to date bum women because they look attractive, this, that, and the other. But look, man, if you want a financial household, if you want a financially stable household, all this shit,
you got to get those tough questions on.
Yeah, you got to get those tough questions on out the way. But yeah, man, let's switch lanes one more time, man. You know, we was just talking recently about, you know, Instagram and how the women look on Instagram. Everybody that had plastic surgery.
Okay.
And then I think either last week or the week before that, DC Young Fly wife, Jackie O.
Yeah.
She passes away from complications of having plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Trying to get her body back right after having a baby.
Kids.
Talk to me a little bit about how you feel about plastic surgery and stuff like that. Like,
Okay. Well, first off, condolences to DC Young Fly, especially those babies who are gonna have to grow without their mom. But like, I think for me, I've always been, like, supported like body positivity. Like, I feel like confidence comes from not how people view you, but how you view yourself. And so I think for me, like, there has been insecurities where I thought about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, maybe I want to do a little something. Maybe I want to do something here. But I have put that on the back burner because at the end of the day, whatever you want to do with your body, it's your choice. And we already have other people, you know, in politics that kind of want to control women, what they do to their bodies. And so I feel like if you want to go get your ass done, go get that shit. You want to lift them titties up, do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And we all know that anytime there comes surgery, there's going to be some type of risk. You know what I'm saying? That's anything. Like if we're doing,
especially fresh after pregnancy.
You know, fresh after pregnancy. And so, like, you know, we really don't know all the details in regards to, you know, what really caused, you know, for her to pass. But I think if you do your research and you're very confident this is something that you want to do for yourself, I support that. But we also have to, you know, do our research and understand, like, this could be a risk that we've taken with, you know, getting your body done. And I think, like, a lot of women, like, in this area, and I feel like, what is her name? Lizzo exudes like confidence. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she
irrational
is,
confidence.
you know what I'm saying? And it's one of those things where you be like, damn, go do your shit, Lizzo. You know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't be something that I would preferably be wearing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like, I feel like she represents, you know, quote unquote, the big girls. And that's something that she calls herself. Not that I'm calling her big girl, but that's something that she represents. But then you also have like my girl Glorilla, who people feel like, oh, you know, she should get her ass done. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, she making money.
The rap chicks holding hip hop down.
Yeah.
Right now. Hey, shout out to them.
You know what I'm saying? Now. And so she a little petite thing doing her own thing. And so I just feel like if you want to have a little ass, have your little ass. You want to have a big ass, go get your big ass.
What I tell you all the time, I tell you when they bent over,
it looked the fucking same. And that's why I ain't in no rush, because I'm like, shit, I ain't never had no ass before.
Hey, if you skinny or you fat, when you bent over, that ass look like it's some ass.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so that's why I kind of have it on big, because it's just like, girl, you ain't been had no ass. But like, you know, not gonna say I haven't thought about
without no ass, right?
Yeah, you know, I still get motion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Have the flattest ass. What y'all tell me? Y'all told me something about, like, you got the flattest ass out the group. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Pancake flat, bro.
I don't give a fuck. Guess what? I'm still gonna turn a head or two. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna get a drink sent my way from, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I think you have to just know, like, I know I ain't got no ass, but like, I bring a lot of things to the table. You know what I'm saying? And like, somebody with a big ass probably can't talk to me in no business, you know what I'm saying, or be on my level, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I support whatever you want to do to your body, do that shit, but just also do your research and understanding, like, it's important to know, like, your risk, because shit happens. So, yeah.
Yeah, I personally think that, man, I really wish that Black women would stop getting shit done to their body.
Why? But if that's something that they want to do, they should do it.
Now, I'm all about patient autonomy.
Okay.
Doing what you want to do, you know. But at the same time, man, like, you know, God made you who you are for a reason.
Facts.
Like, and to believe it or not, the majority of these niggas are not even checking for no fake booties like that. It's the fact that social media got women thinking that that's what we looking for.
Yeah.
And society got, and like, to be honest, Kanye did say something. He was like, Kim Kardashian set the standard for women body, which she kind of did.
Okay.
After Kim Kardashian started getting the ass
shots and all that stuff, yeah,
all that shit, it kind of did set the standard. But at the same time, like, that shit needs to be reset, because I feel like those things, you don't need them. Like, it's wreaking insecurity.
Okay, but listen, so what is it like? What if it's for the people who do not necessarily have, like, everybody's not on social media, you know, or are looking up to like certain like influencers to look the way they look. It might just be something that you just want to do for yourself.
All right, for instance, this is a good example.
Okay, go ahead.
For a breast cancer patient who had to get
breast removed,
I can understand
that.
Okay.
But what about a woman whose breasts are like F's and they too heavy for their chest and they get marks on with the bras and they need to get them reduced?
Okay, you get them reduced. Okay. A breast reduction is, I wouldn't say the same thing as adding.
Okay.
Breast reduction is like legit, like my lumbar spine fucked up because I got big ass titties. I mean, no point blank period.
True.
Like that's like I'm hurting,
and so I need to do something.
I'm trying to fix something. This is I'm literally saying I like her ass. I want to get her ass.
But it's not necessary that maybe the women are just kind of like, shit, I want to have me a little ass. I always want to have a little ass. And either I got a sponsor or I done raise this, I done save my money to get this ass. This is what I want to do. Because I think for me, if it came a point where I decided like, yo, I want to go get me some hips and ass, it's not because of Kim Kardashian or it's just because like, shit, I think I want to look hips and ass. It'll make me feel better. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so like, I don't think like, everybody is looking at like Instagram influencers and feeling like, I want to be the Jada, the Jadas or the Aries. You know what I'm saying? I think some people just like want to look good for themselves. And I think some of y'all men just feel like, oh, they just trying to look like this. And sometimes we want to look good for ourselves.
No doubt. And I can respect that.
Okay.
I just think that it needs to be a certain level of I appreciate what the fuck I got.
But what about y'all niggas? Our niggas getting like dick extent. What are they doing? What is that?
But that's not happening on a mass scale. Okay. Like we literally like men get body shamed worse than fucking women because
you think so?
Let me say this because it's literally nothing we can fucking do about that. That dick enlargement shit. That shit is and
it's risks that go with that too.
It's way more risks that go with dick enlargement than go with.
But why do you think men want to get dick enlarged? Is it because they seen somebody else's dick on social media and they wanted to enhance theirs?
They seen it on porn, or they saw women talking about how I need 10-inch python.
Oh, that's pretty good. I be needing my shit still intact.
No homo.
I think about a python 10 inches. My God.
Hey man, we gonna slide out on that one, man. hey, it's been beautiful having you on the podcast.
Oh, this has been great. It's been good fun, bro.
Yeah, man, and yeah, we're gonna have to do this again, man. Shout out to you for doing everything that you do.
Thank you,
and
Nick, for having
keep
me.
grinding, man.
Thank you.
Hey, you doing your thing, and we proud of you at Jackson Verbal Intercourse.
Thank you.
We out, man. Peace.
Bye.